ជំរុញឲ្យមានការផ្លោនេះគឺថាត្រូវបានជ្រើសរើសបាទពីពេលដែលបានណាយុវជនដែលបានដាក់ពាក្យចំនួន150រយៈពេល3ខែគាត់បានទទួលការណែនាំបាទពីគ្រូ mentor របស់ខ្លួនហើយនឹងការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលផ្សេងទៀតឧទាហរណ៍ថាតើធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចគៀងគោថាវិការណាជ្រើសរើសគំយ៉ាងម៉េចបង្វែរសាររបស់ខ្លួនធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យសាររបស់ខ្លួនទទួលបាននៅលើបណ្ដាញសង្គមកាន់តែច្រើនហើយយុវជនពេលនេះគឺថាចាប់ផ្ដើមបាទរៀបចំបង្កើតមាន start up fund ណាថាវិការតាមរយៈការប្រើប្រាស់វិធីការយុទ្ធនាការតាមអនឡាញរៀបចំជាសិក្ខាសាលាការជួបប្រជុំឬក៏ជាមាតិកាដែលមានលក្ខណៈទាក់ទាញជាដើមគម្រោងគឺជាក្របពូជនៃអនាគតការដ៏ល្អប្រសើរហើយសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះគម្រោងមួយចំនួនគឺថាអាចនឹងលឿនជាងអ្វីដែលយើងគិតឃើញផងដែរអញ្ចឹងការងារទាំងអស់នេះគឺថាបើសិនជាមានការគ្រប់គ្រងពីគ្រូបង្បណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលរបស់ខ្លួនគ្រូបង្វឹករបស់ខ្លួននឹងអាចនឹងពង្រីកបង្ដាញរបស់ខ្លួនដែរបងសម្រាប់អង្គការ UNICEF យើងពិតជាមានមោទនភាពមែនទែនដើម្បីចូលរួមនៅក្នុងការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរដែលកើតមានឡើងនេះដែលយើងបានចាប់ផ្ដើមរៀបចំនៅការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបាទយុទ្ធនាការសម្អាតនៅតាមសហគមន៍បាទជើងឯកសមភាព gender ការទាមទារឲ្យមានណាភាពជើងឯកឬក៏ខ្លះនេះគឺជាការត្រួតត្រងផ្លូវមួយបាទដែលយើងឃើញថាវាជាអន្តរាគមន៍ដ៏សំខាន់ដែលយើងចាំតែបាញ់វិញគឺត្រូវការនៅពេលនេះជាងពេលណាទាំងអស់នេះព្រោះនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាបើក៏មិនហើយបោះជំហានទៅលើកន្លងមួយឆ្ពោះទៅរកការស្ដារប្រទេសឡើងវិញគោលគំនិតរបស់បងប្អូនទាំងនោះគឺមានសក្តានុពលក្នុងការលូតលាស់ខ្ពស់បានច្រើនមែនទែនសម្រាប់ឲ្យយើងទាំងអស់គ្នានេះគឺថាយើងត្រៀមខ្លួនហើយជួយបងប្អូនទៅលើគំនិតក្របពូជទាំងនោះឲ្យវារីកលូតលាស់ខ្ពស់បាទរឹងមាំហើយបន្តនេះចាក់ឫសបានយ៉ាងជ្រៅរឹងមាំផងដែរពីក្រុម UNICEF យើងមានដំបូរិតមកពីក្រសួងសង្គមកិច្ចហើយយើងមានបាទយើងហៅថាតំណាង UN ប្រចាំកម្ពុជាបាទឯករដ្ឋទូតណាចំពោះអង់គ្លេសនិងដៃគូអភិវឌ្ឍផ្សេងមកពីសហភាពអឺរ៉ុបបាទពីទីភ្នាក់ងារ Swiss USA និងដៃគូផ្សេងទៀតដែលចូលរួមមកយើងតាមអនឡាញគឺថាពួកគាត់នឹងគឺថាបាទនៅពីក្រោយខ្នងយើងនៅពីក្រោយខ្នងជួយគ្រប់គ្រងគំនិតពីដៃគូឯកជនពីបាទគ្រូពីបាទទីប្រឹក្សាហើយនឹងបាទឲ្យបងប្អូនខែទៅជាគ្រូបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលនេះហើយគឺជាក្តីសម័យអរគុណទាំងអស់គ្នាអរគុណលោកស្រីដែលចូលរួមជាមួយនឹងអ្នកដែលចូលរួមយើងតាមអនឡាញផងដែរសម្រាប់ការចំណាយពេលចូលរួមជាមួយយើងហើយនឹងបង្ហាញជូនទៅដល់បងប្អូនរបស់យើងគឺថាអនាគតដ៏ត្រចះត្រចង់អនាគតជោគជ័យគឺនៅទន្ទឹមរង់ចាំបងប្អូននៅទីនោះអរគុណ Thank you so much
ដែលជាតំណាងនៃអង្គការ UNICEF ប្រចាំនៅកម្ពុជាដែលលោកស្រីបានបង្ហាញនៅអារម្មណ៍
your personal feeling your warmest feeling your regard your inspiration toward our youth our champion to our innovator to a Cambodian youth during the celebration of this World Children Day for children for this new generation. So I'm so delighted to me as a Cambodian citizen and my sincere thanks in it as well. Of course, we have the representative from the royal government of Cambodia joining us. We have the international organization, ladies and gentlemen. I convey myself that our youth, our children, dare to pursue your dream, make your dream come true, ladies and gentlemen. Next, of course, we will have a panel discussion in which we will have a chance once again to hear the feeling, the excitement, the activity in which our innovator, our 13 innovator have performed during this last 3 months. We wish to hear from them. What are the challenges or what are the good things they have learned and any achievement they have made within their life during their youth age. So next please during this panel discussion I would like to hand over to Mr. Dara to moderate. Mr. Dara, you are the one who mainly responsible for this World Children Day. Mr. Dara, you have a floor. បាទសាយ័ន្តសួស្តីអាដាមលើស្រីទាំងអស់គ្នាជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតហ of course we will have 30 minutes for this panel discussion. We will have a chance to hear from our 13 youths. What can they do to promote, to gain support, of course, within their project. Of course, we have the representative from the government, from the DPP, and also two youths joining us. They will join us that. Of course, it will they proceed in English to the participant. Please listen to the simultaneous interpretation available. បាទ30នាទីនេះអរគុណលិនស៊ីនិង UNICEF បាទដែលផ្ដល់ឱកាសខ្ញុំចូលរួមនៅក្នុងពេលនេះផងដែរអរគុណបាទដែលបង្ហាញថាខ្ញុំជាបាទជាយ៉ាងហៅថាជាសហគ្រិនសង្គមឬក៏ជាវិចិត្រករបាទខ្ញុំមកពីរាជកម្មសិកាបាទ FA បាទអញ្ចឹងគឺថាបាទ FA សិល្បៈសៀក FA គឺថាបាទដំណើរការឡើងវិញហើយនៅសៀមរាបបាទយើងរកឃើញថា FA នឹងឈានជើងមកដល់ទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញផងដែរសម្រាប់ពេលរសៀលនេះគឺថាយើងមានប្រហែលជា30នាទីបាទដើម្បីយើងអាចជជែកដើម្បីសិក្សាគ្នារវាងគ្រូបង្វឹកហើយដែលគោលពិវត្តក៏ដូចជាវិស័យឯកជនពីតំណាងពីរដ្ឋាភិបាលសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីនេះផងដែរហើយមុននេះគឺថាខ្ញុំសូមអញ្ជើញសូមឲ្យបាទទស្សនដៃស្វាគមន៍ទៅដល់បាទទៅដល់យុវជនជើងឯកទាំង13រូបរបស់យើងបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមអញ្ជើញគ្រប់អញ្ជើញបាទអាដាមសំលេងរដ្ឋលេខាធិការក្រសួងសង្គមគិច្ចបាទទៅតាមជំនួននិងស្ដារយុវជនសម្បត្តិបាទគ្រប់អញ្ជើញវេទិកាបាទអរគុណអាដាមហើយខ្ញុំក៏សូមអញ្ជើញផងដែរមកកសពូលីបាទនាយកបាទហើយក៏ដូចជាកិច្ចការស្វីសហើយនឹងជាសូមនៅស្វីសនៅកម្ពុជាផងដែរ Foros Porosa បាទតំណាងអង្គការ UNICEF ប្រចាំនៅកម្ពុជាបាទសូមអញ្ជើញចូលរួមផងដែរបាទហើយវាគឺមិនបើយើងផងទៀតបាទយុវវ័យបាទដែលមានពីបាទសូមអញ្ជើញបាទ Boris Red បាទគ្រូបាទហើយប្រដាល់ម៉ាញស្វីកបាទអ្នកបង្កើតនៅកម្មវិធីអប់រំសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តណា blog បាទហើយក៏សូមស្វាគមន៍ផងដែរអ៊ីរ៉ាហ្វាស៊ីរ៉ាបាទចាន់តែសំជួយមិនទីហើយក៏អ្នកចំកាត់បាទកម្មវិធីលេងសកលបាទយុទ្ធនាការបរិស្ថានបាទហើយចុងក្រោយមួយទៀតបាទគ្រូបងប្អូនរបស់យើង Catherine Harry បាទជាគ្រូបាទជាស្ថាបនិក Adults of Cat បាទជាបាទជាអ្នកបាទស្វាគមន៍បាទ Catherine ចូលរួមជាមួយយើងផងដែរអរគុណលោកស្រីសម្រាប់ការចូលរួមជាមួយយើងផងដែរសំទោសដោយយើងសំទោសមានមីក្រូហ្វូនតែមួយទេហើយប្រហែលជាត្រូវសម្រាប់ការពិភាក្សានៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរហើយគឺថាយើងបដោតទៅលើថាតើបាទតើមានទៅអីខ្លះដែលយើងអាចត្រូវការអីខ្លះដើម្បីគ្រប់គ្រងណាបាទយើងស្ដាប់បទពិសោធន៍ពីគ្រូបង្វឹកពីបងប្អូនហើយក៏ដូចជាការគ្រប់គ្រងពីស្ថាប័នពីខាងស្ថាប័នរដ្ឋណាពីខាងរដ្ឋាភិបាលនៅគិតកំណត់បាទអញ្ចឹងគឺថាយើងអាចនៅក្នុងនេះសំណួរនេះបាទគឺថាវាមានសំណួរច្រើននៅក្រៅសក់ស៊ីបាទគឺថាបាទគឺបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចចូលរួមសួរបានអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនឹងចូលរួមសំណួរមួយចំនួនបន្តមកទៀតគឺថាយើងនឹងស្នើសុំឲ្យអ្នកចូលរួមរបស់យើងអាចបាទសួរសំណួរបាទឲ្យ MC សាសនានិងបាទពិនិត្យមើលសំណួរហ្នឹងហើយបន្តមកទៀតលើកសំណួរនឹងសួរក្រៅពីខ្ញុំភាសាបាទអ៊ីរ៉ាខ្ញុំសូមគេបាទមិនឈីរបស់យើងបាទសួស្ដីបាទរីករាយមែនទែនហើយសូមអរគុណសម្រាប់កម្មវិធីរបស់បងអរគុណច្រើនសម្រាប់ហើយបន្តទៅទៀតហ្នឹងគឺថាបាទមានយុវជននៅក្នុងកម្ពុជាគាត់ឈ្មោះអភិស័យហើយគាត់សួរខ្ញុំថាតើបាទខ្ញុំអាចរកគ្រូយ៉ាងម៉េចបានហើយបន្តមកទៀតហើយអាចចាប់ផ្ដើមបាទអនុវត្តនៅកម្មវិធីរបស់ខ្ញុំអេរ៉ាពេលហ្នឹងគឺអេរ៉ា បានបាទនៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីរបស់នោះគឺថាបានជួយទៅដល់អ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តរហូតទៅដល់អរគុណច្រើនអរគុណសម្រាប់សំណួរនេះផងដែរពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងសំណួរនេះគឺថាខ្ញុំសូមជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតអរគុណទៅដល់គ្រូនិងសុជីបាទដែលជាគ្រូបង្រៀនរបស់ខ្ញុំហើយនឹងបាទអ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តនៅក្នុងគម្រោងរបស់ខ្ញុំទាំង30រូបផងដែរហើយដំបូងខ្ញុំនិយាយថាបើសិនជាយើងចង់បាទគ្រូបង្វឹកមួយដែលល្អហើយចូលរួមជួយក្នុងគម្រោងរបស់នេះដំបូងឡើយគឺថាសូមកុំស្ទាក់ស្ទើរក្នុងការបង្ហាញប្រាប់ពីខ្លួនឯងដឹងថាយើងត្រូវធ្វើអីគម្រោងអីយើងចង់ធ្វើអីបាទផែនការពេលវេលានិងកិច្ចការផ្សេងទៀតអញ្ចឹងមុននឹងចង់ឲ្យអ្នកណាម្នាក់ចូលរួមណាចេញជិះទូកមួយយើងត្រូវបង្ហាញគេដឹងថាយើងធ្វើអីយើងកំណត់នឹងមិនថាជាស្ម័គ្រចិត្តឬក៏គ្រូបង្វឹករបស់យើងនឹងវាត្រូវតែមានពេលវេលាការរៀបចំផ្សេងហ្នឹងគឺថាវាមានលក្ខណៈរៀបចំសពគ្រប់ហើយបន្តទៅទៀតនេះខ្ញុំចង់និយាយថាគឺថាត្រូវតែបង្ហាញនៅអ្វីមួយឬក៏ជាការបង្រៀនជា application នៅលើ Instagram ឬ Facebook page ឬក៏បណ្ដាញផ្សេងទៀតហ្នឹងបាទដើម្បីបង្ហាញអំពីថាអូខេយើងត្រូវការជំនួយពីប្រកបអូខេការជំនាញឬក៏ផ្នែកណាមួយដែលយើងស្នើសុំឲ្យគេជួយយើងចង់ឲ្យគេជួយយើងហើយចំណុចមួយទៀតផងទៀតសម្រាប់គ្រូបង្វឹកអ្នកបង្វឹករបស់យើងដើម្បីឲ្យយើងអាចធ្វើការកម្រងហើយសម្រាប់អ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តគឺថារោគអ្នកណាម្នាក់ដែលមានការមើលឃើញមានចេតនាមានក្តីស្រឡាញ់បាទសូម្បីថាជាអ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តឬក៏គ្រូរបស់យើងសូម្បីតែយើងខ្លួនឯងណាគឺយើងចាំបាច់តែយើងចង់ធ្វើអីយើងចង់បានអីហើយត្រូវបោះចំហៀនបែបហ្នឹងបាទខ្ញុំណាជិះទូកជាមួយគ្នាត្រូវតែដឹងថាយើងទៅណាកោះត្រៃនៅណាជាមួយគ្នាអញ្ចឹងម្នាក់ហ្នឹងគឺថាសិតអរគុណច្រើនសម្រាប់ការបញ្ជាក់អរគុណបន្តទៅទៀតបាទចូលសម្រាប់អ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តទៅសាំនេះពេលឥឡូវនេះពិបាកធ្វើការជាមួយពួកគាត់ទេឬក៏យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរគឺថាយើងចោះសម្រុងជាមួយពួកគាត់ហើយម្នាក់សិតតែធ្វើការងារនឹងបានយ៉ាងកប់ប្រសង
are amazing. At the first start, we have some struggle because we didn't know each other yet. We don't know like what our volunteer and our organization want at the first place. But from now, between like our division till 3 months, nearly 3 months already, we know each other very well. Because actually, I have 13 people, and we all working with 8 different departments, so that's a lot of people and there's a lot of work to organize and work with, but they all are amazing. Their work, before the deadline and stuff, they submitted and everything, every member was so wonderful toward our project.
Great, so let me summarize. Be very organized, know exactly what you want to do, communicate it very clearly, and mobilize the excitement and the energy of the people to join you as volunteer. And your mentor, what's the name?
Suchi, she's right there.
Can we give her a round of applause? Congratulations, Suchi. I'm sure you are a proud mentor. The same way as I'm proud of my 2 mentees, Lina and Boris, who's here today, who has been working on mental health issue of young people in Cambodia. Thank you, On.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Let me please give the microphone to Madame Foyuza. Thank you for making this happen. Thank you very much. And thank you, UNICEF Cambodia team. Generation Future is just here for 3 months. What is UNICEF's ambition with this project? Tay, a young youth from Kampong Cham, is asking, what does UNICEF think Generation Future can achieve? Madame Foyuza, the floor is yours.
First of all, UNICEF has been the supporter from behind. The ones who have made it happen are the young people themselves. So can I ask you to give the round of applause to them? You see, I mentioned it in my opening remarks. When we look around the world, the past almost 2 years have been very difficult times. And especially when you look at the impact on children and young people. It's not an exaggeration to say that the children and young people have come to bear the brunt of this pandemic. Whether it's because of learning loss, whether it's because of mental health challenges, or having very limited job opportunities because of the pandemic. But at the same time, it's amazing to see how the young people themselves are at the forefront of many important initiatives at this time. Just look around the globe, how the young people are actually driving action on climate change, right? They are relentlessly asking for policy and behavior change to save our planet and our future. And when I look in this room, I feel and I see the same talent and determination among Cambodian youth, and you just heard about their projects. That's why we in UNICEF believe that it's of paramount importance for all of us, whether it's the government, the private sector, the development partners, the influencers, the media, join forces and bring our resources together so that they can really fulfill their potential. They can fulfill the vision that they have for a better world, and especially at such times. In UNICEF, again, together with our partners, we have a new adolescent and youth development strategy that aims at expanding the opportunities for the young people, be it through bringing 21st century skills. We are talking about life skills, digital literacy, financial literacy, all those skills that we need for the workplace of 21st century. And also enhancing civic engagement. And for us, Generation Future is a cornerstone of that strategy. And we are committed to work hand in hand with the young people and our partners to continue this journey. If I can end, it is to share with you my hope. My hope is that Generation Future can turn into a platform where every single young Cambodian innovator can get the support to turn their innovative ideas into sustained action with support from their peers, the partners, and of course, UNICEF.
Thank you very much, Madam Fuyuza, the UNICEF representative in Cambodia. This is a great segue when we now pass the mic to our development partner, Swiss Cooperation Office and Consular Agency in Cambodia. And by the way, over lunch, I spoke about Swiss VPET system. I am very familiar with it. My sister has been living in Switzerland for the past 30 years, and I have tried to visit her every year. And my three nephews went through the Swiss Vocational Professional Education Training System. And I just shared with His Excellency Boroh a little bit on the system. And with that, this is the question to Marcus from the Swiss Cooperation Office and Consular Agency on the support system for people to create, to initiate anything like Generation Future in Cambodia, as Madame Fuyuza has shared just now, that hope this to become a platform where this continuing every single Cambodian will receive the same opportunity as the 13 young people here on this stage today. So we have Srinit from Takeo province. She asked, how can we create more opportunities for young people from poor communities to help them get a better future? Let me repeat. How can we create more opportunities for young people from poor communities to help them get a better future? And who is better to answer from Swiss perspective and development actions on your experiences in this country and in other countries? So, Marcus, please.
Thank you very much for giving me the floor, and thanks very much for inviting me to be here. And I first want to thank the 13 mentees. I was amazed how you were able to put your ideas into a 1-minute speech. I will not be able to do that right now, so bear with me if you have to listen to me a bit longer. Yes, I think this is the big question, the main reason why Switzerland is actually present here. How can we support the most vulnerable communities, the poor, the ones that do not have access to education, and how can we bring them into supporting such initiatives that we have heard right now. And I'm happy to hear that you know about the Swiss vocational education system. It's not that we're trying to replicate that here in Cambodia. I think that would be not fair. But I think there is elements from this vocational system that we try to bring here. And I think we work on two ends. One end is, and there was one presentation about life skills. So how can poor people that have maybe left school early make the step into the vocational training system? And I'm on purpose talking about the vocational training system because not everyone has to go to university. Even myself, actually, I started with an apprenticeship in my career. So, and then only afterwards I went to university and studied and went abroad and so on. So a vocational training can really be the basis of a future generation, and even more so if it is happening on the job. So if you can combine working in a workplace and learning at the same time, I think this is something that we are trying to do here together with other partners, including UNICEF and others, to create a system where really the poor, the most vulnerable, the young can enter into an education system that maybe doesn't end them with a PhD, but with a decent job. Thanks.
Thank you. And Marcus, I hate to throw you under the bus, but I never have a chance to have a panel with you on this stage like today. So let me ask you the same way that I ask. Like Madame Furuyuzat has hoped that Generation Future become a platform for opportunities for every Cambodian. As a development partner, what would you say to replicate and amplify the impact of the program here, Generation Future, to move on, to continue even after and this event? From the Swiss Corporation Office funding or support perspective. Thank you.
I will probably not pledge any funds right now, but I think it's a great idea. I think it's really worth supporting it also in the future.
I tried.
No, I think it's a fantastic idea, and there is different modalities on how to get these systems going. And I even think that the private sector could be interested in such energetic and motivated and intelligent and innovative young people. So maybe there is an opportunity to pitch it to some private sector entities. That is a bit missing here. I understand you're a social entrepreneur, so. But anyway.
I think you can expect some pitch from us at a later stage, and very good that we have our government representative here that can share his experiences when mobilizing the energy and the resources from all sectors in the context that he has experience with. Let us now move to our young mentee, Boris, and I'm sorry, our mentor Katrin and His Excellency Bora. Your turn will be up next, and I hope you don't feel so lonely, and I hope that you're learning as we are exchanging and sharing here. Excellency Bora said, it's perfect I'm the last speaker in the question because I would absorb everything that is discussed in this panel. On Boris, again I said, I am a proud mentor. Boris has reached viral in his campaign on the platform called MindSwitch on Facebook and on TikTok. And you are very creative. You make nice TikTok video. I have to learn from you. I'm too old for making engaging content. A quick question to on Boris. You not only managed to secure support for your project, but you have run an effective media campaign, gaining over 100,000 views on your TikTok videos, and you talk about mental health on several newspaper and TV stations. How did you get media attention, and why is media important for your project and your cause?
All right, thank you so much, Bong, for your questions. I think that I cannot give you the best answer for these questions. But one thing that I know that everything that I have done, like making videos on social media platform, TikTok and Facebook, discuss with teenagers about their mental health issues, all of those things that I have done came from my bottom of my heart. I love it, I follow it. And without any expectation of the result, any good thing I haven't expected. And then afterward, the good things will come, like newspaper report or the TV stations, and some videos receive like more than 100K views or 50K views on TikTok. All of those things without any expectations. So during this good opportunity, I would like to give one message to children or teenagers that if you have a dream, if you want to do something, you love something, yeah, just go for it first without any expectation for returning back. And afterward, when you have do it with your passions, when you love it, so all the good things will come. Like me, I haven't expected that I will receive like 100K views on TikTok, but all of those things came after I follow my heart. And furthermore, I would like to say that in Cambodia, most of teenagers who study in high school, they use social media platforms, TikTok, more than Facebook. And I think it's really effective to post videos on TikTok. I already know my target audience, and I know where they are. So yes, I go for it and raise the awareness of mental health in Cambodia for students in high school by TikTok.
Thank you. Quick follow-up question. When you put your face in the public, like as a young person, now we see you on TV interview, on newspaper, on TikTok. Is it scary? Do you feel shy at the beginning, and how to overcome that?
Thank you, Bong. Yes, of course. I have made a lot of videos on posting on YouTube since I was in grade 10, but I was failed. And this time, when I joined the Generation Future, I have passions and have the support behind because of Lindsay and also all the mentors. So I have more confidence. I build it, and I try to start it again without any fear or hesitation. And then I just go for it without any fear. Thank you, Bong.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a great segue to speak with our mentor who has worked with young mentee, young youth, Catherine. Another question from our audience is how to ensure that innovations and technological initiatives do not leave girls behind. Do not leave girls behind. Kanya from Siem Reap, my province, asked, we need more women in leadership to make the country better. What can we do to provide better support to girls and women and their ideas?
Thank you so much for the question. I'll just answer both within one. So Simone de Beauvoir from The Second Sex said the most important thing that we have to learn is to unlearn. And I think that's very important because in order to empower girls and women to participate in society, we have to unlearn a lot of a lot of gender norms that actually treat women as second-class citizens. For example, in order to empower girls to express their ideas, to voice out, to speak out, they actually have to have access to those ideas. They have to have access to education. They have to actually be able to see the world. So we see one gender norm that says women, no matter how high your education is, you will still end up as someone's wife. Basically saying that women don't have to have high education. For example, in one household, if there are two children, one is a boy, one is a girl, and the family can only afford to send one child to school, most likely it will be the boy. And even when girls get to go to school in disadvantaged provinces, in areas where they have to travel for 100 or 4 kilometers just to get to the school, they actually face a lot of problems, such as sexual assault. And because of that, many girls don't get to go to school. 2/3 of the world's illiterate are women. And when girls don't get access to education, they don't have access to those ideas. It's very difficult for them. So I think one of the most important things is that to actually empower girls to build a system where girls can actually go to school, to unlearn all the gender stereotypes, just to treat women, to treat girls the same, equal, with respect, give them the same opportunity. And then when they actually have education, they are able to have a good job. We look at the environment, the working environment. So there's also another saying that, and this is very global, that says women speak more than men. But the Washington Post has done research recently that in a work setting, in meetings, men actually talk more than women. Now, if women here have been to meetings, they will know that there have been meetings where men dominate the conversation, where we cannot get in a word edgewise. So it's important for men to be allies, to not mansplain women, not to interrupt women, and to actually give space for women to bring their ideas on the table. Women tend to be more shy in terms of presenting their ideas, and when there's someone interrupting them or mansplaining them, they will not express those ideas. So it's very important for us to build an environment where women can voice their ideas, can voice their opinions. And the last part of it, I would say, is to have representation. We need representation in every field for girls to feel like to feel seen, to actually see that there are women out there doing spectacular work. As my wonderful mentee said, only 6-7% of women are in STEM. And girls don't see a lot of that. They don't see a lot of women in STEM. So because of that, they don't feel empowered to actually grab that opportunity. Now, I want to reference pop culture a little bit. In the Avengers Endgame, people have done breakdowns of screen time, of the time that the male actors are on screen and the time that the female actresses are on screen. And we have seen a complete difference. So simple things like this, all around the world, every day in our lives, there are so many things that we can do to create better representation so that girls everywhere know that their ideas are valued, their ideas are valuable, that they also have ideas that can change the world, not just men, that they can be anything that they want to. So representation is very important. And of course, in terms of COVID, we have seen that many people would switch to the internet. There's another issue called internet inequality, where girls don't have access to internet the same way that boys do. So it's really a systemic problem that takes all of us, the government, the private sectors, everyone around here, in order to work together in order to change that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kath. You brought out a few key elements and subjects that I'm also very keen and interested in on the men leadership in nurturing the representation of women leadership in an organization and in a company. And I see that women have a lot more challenges to climb up the leadership stairs because of many contexts. And as men leaders, we have a job to support them, to make sure they feel safe and they can climb up that stair, because with their context, we understand that it is scary and it is not as easy as we think it is, and it's our job to give them that courage and that safe environment for them to take that courage on themselves. Thank you, Catherine. Quickly, you have your own platform. Tell us about it quickly, even on the link that to mansplaining, gender, and women representation.
So I have a platform on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube called A Dose of Kath. I have been working on it since I was 17, so about 10 years ago. I have been making videos since 2017 talking about feminism, talking about sex education, and talking about cultural issues from a feminist perspective. I have even discussed the Women's Code of Conduct from a feminist perspective, which got a lot of discussion on that. I am very passionate about feminism, as you can see from the quote that I began with. And the objective of my channel is to bring in discussions on topics that people have never talked about in Cambodia, talked about very privately, such as sex. So being basically sex positive and bring these conversations up on the table.
Thank you, Kath. And we have His Excellency Borough from the Ministry of social affairs, veterans, and youth rehabilitation. And who's better to share 3 points? There is only 1 point that is planned, but I'm adding 2 more for you, if you don't mind. One, which was something we talked with Marcus just now on your experience in mobilizing resources. I know you have spearheaded the social protection, national social protection program, and especially in the COVID, we have something called the equity card, where people get the support and the thing that they need to in this program. But on the same time, there is something what we talked just now on men leadership in supporting women to go up, to not be afraid, to try it. And I'm sure you have that experience as well. And last but not least, we have a question from Mani. In fact, we have a question from Rihanna from Kait Kandal on the climate change. So I will give you the question, but maybe 3 is too many, and I will repeat the question for you at later stage. But the question was, I want to help my country. How should we work together to improve the environment and tackle climate change? How should we work together to improve the environment and tackle climate change? So you have 3 points. 1, mobilizing resources on your experience. 2nd, women representation in leadership. And 3rd, working together to improve the environment and tackle climate change. Thank you.
Thank you, Bong Dara. First, let me just open with, I'm so inspired by you guys. And, to be honest, your generation have outgrown my generation. Thank you. We so have so many our development partners here. I believe we are the same age. We grew up. I think back then, some colleagues here already mentioned the construct of the society that we grew up in. There's so much structure that built in without any one of us aware of. And I think Catherine said something that we should really think about. The first thing to learn, I think you said something about learning is to unlearn. And I have to say, for me personally, I'm in the process of unlearning my old behavior and my old belief. Every single day I wake up, I have to build a new belief for myself that I'm no longer the same old person I used to be. Why? I think many of us here, I had a chance to go study abroad. I realized the confidence of a human are very different from each other. And we grew up in a war-torn country where my mother, my teacher, my neighbor, they all come back with the same belief that you not allowed to do this, to do that, and you should be afraid, or you will not be able to grow, or you will not make any impact in the whole world. The structure of belief ruin us. I think we are talking about how come women cannot believe in themselves yet. I believe there's a lot of structure divide. Even you believe, if you hear the way our mother talk to their children, you can almost know that how that children might grow up to be. Because some mother will just say exactly what Catherine was saying, that be a good wife. That's where we want a strong man to stand behind, to work with. And this is one thing that, as a society, we have to start thinking differently. And where I'm talking here, I'm so inspired by you because, and I was thinking that should I feel at home or I feel very out of place. When I said feel at home is, you guys are thinking on changing the society as a whole. And that's where my job is right now. We want to do that. But feel out of place is, wow, how can I bring them into a more policy building scenario where these boys can change. I thank you for your question to our Swiss cooperation. How can we sustain this, right? I think the program already said it all. Generation future. It is. That's what they are. They actually doing it now. And just about a few months ago, we have a singer, and his name is Sai. He ran across Cambodia. He's just a youth that came out of he just had an ability to sing. He come to talk to us. He said, how can we make impact? He said, Bong, what do you think if I run in the country and do a fundraising? Well, we thought that, okay, maybe, we said, I think this is a great idea, let's do it. But what we never expected, the outcome was how much impact he made. He ended up raising $500,000 to provide to Kontabupa Hospital and achieved an award for youth, international youth. Both international youth, 67 countries come and vote and elect him to be the main driver of youth inspiration. So I was like, wow, how, not to quote, I think it is a quote of John F. Kennedy, but ask not your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. I do believe that if 15 million of us do exactly what you guys are doing, this country, there's no place for this country to stop growing. It will just grow into everywhere. But also come back to the question that you asked, or maybe I think have Rina. How does government see himself in supporting this? Rather than just say that you guys are the generation future, what are we offering? I believe government, as what I am on behalf of today, we try our best in terms of channeling the resource that we have. So resource that we have is balancing act. We try to protect our population from give the budget or taxing them as much as possible. How could we collect tax revenue that would be able to channel back and grow this country? So the way we want to grow this country is how do you build an economic system at the same time provide a social cohesion where people are able to live and happy in their livelihood. By doing this, I think we have to balance at every step. And our partner here, a strong partnership with me, we are not doing anything that way out of this world, that we are pioneering some of the issue. At the same time, we are trying to learn the best practice from other countries. By saying this, I believe that we are here to be ready to work together. And I think come to the question is, what was the social protection and the governizing of human resource that I was doing? What I was discussing earlier is this. As an individual, as an institution, we all have the construct that we are in. The only way to break that, I think the word from Otto Scharmer, the blind spot, is to start listening to each other, understand each other's problem, and work together. You guys have to start understand what is the issue of our government to help the government move. At the same time, what I'm doing exactly now is to listen to you and how can I learn your problem and build a better connectivity in terms of problem solving. So this is exactly what I'm doing right now already. We are testing with UN, Pauline here, in terms of just create a lab, bring in all stakeholders in government, private sector, NGO, development partner, sit down, listening, piloting, understanding each other's value and understand each other's problem, build a more inclusive system where I think you talk about systematic change. That is the hope. I will be honest today, before I close my remark here. We are learning, and that's what we want to do. We want to learn and grow, but learn and grow together. I think that's what the hope is. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Boro. This has been very inspiring to listen to you and all our panelists. MC Sansana, I hope we have some interesting questions from our online audiences. We have some time. Could you?
Thank you. I do have 2 questions from our online viewers. First of all, there's a question for Era. Era, there is someone quite interested in you and your project, which is called a Lady Circle. So someone would like to know what are your messages or the expectation by creating this project. Can you tell our fan who's watching us here? Thank you.
Should I speak in English or Khmer?
Well, I think we can do it in English.
Okay, sure.
Or if you want to add something in Khmer as well, why not?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Can you hear me clearly, Bong?
What are your messages by doing this project,
Okay,
Ladies
yes, sure.
Circle?
I have only one short message to every girl and woman out there. First of all, start to believe in yourself. When you believe,
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bong.
I do believe in myself.
Yeah, and you know where I got that word inspired from my mentor. She is such an amazing woman and girl. She's just similar age, basically we're kind of like friends. She's the one who inspiring me to stand, not just for yourself, but for all of the Cambodian girl women out there, to help them. So our project is working on environmental. So we not help only solving some of our problem of our Cambodian environmental issues, but we also empower Cambodian women to stand and believe in themselves, that they can be there and their voice will be heard and help solving our issues right now. Yeah, thank you so much.
Is your mentor here? Is
Yes,
she here?
she is.
Can
She
you
is
please
there.
stand up? I would like to see our wonderful Cambodian woman. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks. Thank you, On Era. We have another question from someone. He's from Badambong. So he would like to know in general, and this is a question for all the 13 mentees, but because we now only have Boris, I think Boris can actually answer this question. Are you going to continue your project even after this event is finished? So what is your exact plan for that? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bong, for the questions. Actually, my projects will be continue to the future, and I believe that all teenagers will try to support us more. And not only mine, I believe that other mentees will also continue their projects, because we all have our own passions to make it. We love it, we do it, and we follow it. So I believe that everyone will continue our journeys together. Thank you, Bong.
Thank you. It's always good to have passion. So I wish you all the best. I'm glad to hear that every one of you got your passions and continue your projects even if this event is finished. Would you like to say something, Bong Dara,
thank you.
please?
Thank you for the question from the online audience. So we will conclude our panel discussion right now. Please join me to thank our panelists, thank all the actions that you have been doing in Cambodia, thank Catherine and these young people that is the future of our country and this planet. Thank you very much.
Thank you. ចាអរលោកលោកស្រីអ្នកនាងកញ្ញាភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសជាតិនិងអន្តរជាតិបងប្អូនយុវជនយុវនារីយុវវ័យមនុស្សសម័យថ្មីទាំងអស់អរគុណសម្រាប់ពេលវេលាការយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ទស្សនានិងស្ដាប់នៅកិច្ចពិភាក្សានៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះដើម្បីលើកទឹកចិត្តក៏ដូចជាចូលរួមនៅក្នុងទិវា World Children Day ឆ្នាំ2021គឺយើងធ្វើឡើងដើម្បីលើកទឹកចិត្ត pledge ដល់យុវវ័យកម្ពុជាចានេះខ្ញុំសូមប្រកាសរកអ្នកស្ម័គ្រចិត្តមួយរូបដើម្បីឡើងមកកាន់ទីនេះគោលបំណង
I will explain you later on. Can you please check us as an Can you just look at the banner in front of you? of course, we have a nice tattoo banner with this World Children's Day 2021. I'd like to support the children and young people.
ថាមានពណ៌សចាពណ៌ទឹកក្រូចហើយនិងពណ៌ផ្ទៃមេឃគឺជាពណ៌ដ៏ស្រស់ស្អាតក៏ប៉ុន្តែនាងខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យអង្គពិធីទាំងមូលផ្ដោតចាក់ខុស
the white part to the team. Of course, we will provide you a pen, a marker, so that you may write your message, your pledge, or even just to sign on this banner, this pledge. You can write, speak whatever you wish, express your feeling to confirm that you actively participate with UNICEF. Your commitment, pledge to support the youth, the young children in Cambodia, to support Cambodian to make their dream come true. First, volunteer to write something. Please, volunteer. Please, please. Of course, we have other youth here. You may start first. You can write or say anything. Any message you wish to write, or even just to sign, write down your name. You, all of us here, I strongly encourage you to join us in making this colorful, this meaningful banner or this message, this pledge to our young generation, to our future generation. Make it happen together. To those of you join us virtually, of course, on Facebook, or if you wish to express your comment, please comment either in English. Please say I pledge, or just your name there. After this, we will of course copy your name in the iPad from the comment into this board. To those of you join us virtually, Facebook fan page, UNICEF Cambodia, please type iPad or just your name to confirm that you join hand in this movement. You join with the UNICEF in Cambodia. Please feel free to do, and then of course we can have a 15-minute the coffee break. Please enjoy a 15-minute coffee break. Then during the coffee break, please join in writing this I pledge. Nhom tam chop không? Cái nhom này tam chop không?
Cambodia for organizing such a wonderful, amazing event for us all, for children, for young generation. Thank you.
Link này nè, kênh link không? Link này không sập nốt đấy. có mà này mong mong bắt bắt được trong mình nhưng mà mua đồ châu này internet ở đây tiền internet thì mình ta mà nói là cái thuê chết con làm gì tiền đó chắc mình upload wifi rồi chắc này thật tốt đi việc tạo lôi hay việc khi việc ta thôi hotspot kia là mình đấy ចប់ហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំ lock in ចូលហើយ Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so delighted having observed this very active, vigorous the participation, of course, conveying the I pledge message, this encouraging message to our future generation. Of course, we are ready to make the dream come true. This is something, the objective of the World Children's Day 2021. Thank you also to the UNICEF of Cambodia. My apology as well, ladies and gentlemen. May I once again invite our guests, can you please return to your seat so that we can proceed with the next agenda. To our participant, either you join us through Facebook, please continue to express in the tie in the comment I pledge so that we can copy your name and then post it on this white board, the banner, to inaugurate, to express the support to the our event today. The next, of course, there will be the comments from the remark from the UN resident coordinator, and also the performance, the hip hop and some dance. And the certificate award to our innovator. Please return, please get back to the seat. But លោកស្រីនិងកញ្ញាជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតបាទអាចសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញលោកស្រីទាំងអស់គ្នាត្រឡប់មកវិញបាទពីព្រោះថាយើងអាចនឹងបន្តបាទព្រឹត្តិការណ៍របស់យើងនៅពេលមុខបន្តិចទៀតនេះហើយអញ្ចឹងអាចសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញផងដែរ Please kindly mute your microphone as well. So we wish to ask our colleague here, are you excited today? Are you excited today? So do you have any, I think some of us express their feeling, but what I wish to encourage you as the new generation, the youth. You have to be very confident. You should have confidence that of course you can overcome such a difficulty. Dare to speak, dare to express your feeling. Please kindly return to your seat so that we can proceed with our next please. So quite an interesting atmosphere. What I wish to get from you, what is it exactly? Can you just answer? Of course. We need to express, of course, UNICEF in Cambodia today organized this World Children Day 2021. Just not only to encourage our children, but to the youth, especially in pursuing your dream. I once again would like to take this opportunity to invite our presiding guest, our guest of honor for the whole event, of course, to express your strong support on the celebration of our event today. Of course, we have the resident coordinator of the United Nations office in Cambodia. Warmly welcome, Madam Pauline Thomasis.បាទអរគុណរំសួស្ដីជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតបាទមុនខ្ញុំត្រូវបាននាំជាយើងហៅជាតំណាងរបស់អង្គការសហជាតិប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំមានកូនប្រុស2នាក់ផងដែរបាទខ្ញុំមានកូនប្រុស2នាក់ផងដែរ
when we saw political protests in the streets, their questions to me when they were younger was, Mom, what is the UN doing about this? Of course, it's hard to answer those questions, but when they grew up, when they were much bigger, their questions changed. The questions were around, Mom, how is the UN helping young people to make sure they can protect the environment through their own choices so that they can be educated to make those right choices to protect the environment? How can the UN help us participate in decisions that affect us, that affect our future? It's a good thing that they didn't wait for me to answer the question, Mom, what is the UN doing about these social problems? Because they've actually taken action, just like many of you that we've heard today. They've identified mental health and spoken about it on social media. They've made choices about sustainable fashion, not buying new clothes, and encouraging other young people not to buy new clothes, but to reuse, recycle, and refashion. They've also convinced me not to eat meat and have a plant-based diet. Why I'm saying this is because the ideas of the future don't come from us, the older generation. The ideas of the future come from the young people who know that the future is theirs. And for them to be able to live and thrive in that future, they need to be a part of it. So as you can see, I've scratched my speech. And I'm basically inspired by all that what I've heard. And I've pledged on this board of UNICEF that I pledge to listen. And I'm listening together with our government leaders. We cannot do this alone. The UN cannot do this alone. I pledge to listen and act together with development partners. We are hoping to work together with civil society and private sector. And we are hoping that we will do this together with all of you. So thank you very much for allowing me to hear your ideas and being inspired by all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madame Pauline, for your kind words and your time once again with us today. And I like the part of your being a mother of 2 teenagers. This is something I can relate it to. I feel the same. I'm so proud of myself. Biologically, I'm a mother of 2, but I have adopted other 2. So I'm a mother of 4. They are 16, 12, 11, and 9. So by telling everyone that we are a mother, this feels the most amazing. And I want to tell you that I'm so proud of you as well as a mother. On top of the part of you work so hard, represent United Nations in my country. I hope you keep working hard for us, for Cambodian children, and for the young generation of Cambodia. Thank you for everything, Madame Pauline. Thank you. អរលោកស្រីអ្នកនាងកញ្ញាភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសជាតិនិងអន្តរជាតិបងប្អូនយុវវ័យទាំងអស់ចាគឺនេះខ្ញុំបានផ្ដល់នៅអារម្មណ៍រំភើបចំនួនលោកស្រី Pauline ដែលមិនត្រឹមតែជាអ្នកធ្វើការតំណាងឲ្យអង្គការសហប្រជាជាតិនៅកម្ពុជាជួយទៅដល់ generation ថ្មីចាមនុស្សសម័យថ្មីយុវវ័យកុមារាកុមារីរបស់កម្ពុជាយើងទេប៉ុន្តែលោកស្រីផ្ទាល់ក៏ជាមេដាមួយរូបហើយលោកស្រីក៏មានចាកូនចំនួន2រូបដែលមានចាវ័យ Of
course, I have the same feeling because I have 2 children. Beside my biological son, I adopted a niece and a nephew. So I am the mother of the 4 children, 4 adolescents and 1 adolescent and 3 children. So mother feeling amazed being a mother. Big hand applause for all the mothers, including the mother in Cambodia. Next, of course, let's enjoy our time. We have the performance, including the dancing, as well as the hip hop dance. We have Sonita and Saksirai from the team. The tiny tune. I quite young. Of course, let's enjoy our dance. Let's enjoy the dance. I think feel free to join the dance. I'm not sure if I have to join them during this time. Okay, let's enjoy the show together.
all បើយើងទប់ស្កាត់ទៅកាត់បន្ថយ We just do it Yes we can try កាត់បន្ថយកុំឲ្យមានសម្រាមតាក់សំណងផ្សែងមកតផ្សែងឡើងផែនដីស្អាតមើលទៅ perfect កាត់បន្ថយសំណល់ថង់ plastic គឺរួមមានគ្រឿងអេឡិចត្រូនិកគំនិតកែច្នៃមានគំនិតឆ្លាតវៃអគ្គិសនីប្រាសន្សំសំចៃកាត់បន្ថយប្រាក់កាក់គឺចំណេញកម្រៃអាកាសធាតុកំពុងតែខុសធម្មតាយើងសង្កេតឃើញថាប្រែប្រួលខ្លាំងមិនស្ទើរទៅជួយกันឲ្យយើងឈប់បំផ្លាញតែយើងគួរ design យ៉ាងណាគួរតែមើលផែនដីត្រង់នៃជីវិតពួកយើងគួរតែគិតកំឈរអោបដៃមើលតបស្នងដោយយើងសងនឹងតម្លៃយើងគួរតែលោកដៃមើលការអើពើកាត់បន្ថយទាំងអស់គ្នាទៅមួយទៀតកាត់បន្ថយទាំងអស់គ្នា Make some noise for the tiny tour So Petra អាកាសធាតុកំពុងតែខុសធម្មតាយើងសង្កេតឃើញថាប្រែប្រួលខ្លាំងមិនស្ទើរទៅជួយกันឲ្យយើងឈប់បំផ្លាញតែយើងគួរ design យ៉ាងណាគួរតែមើលផែនដីត្រង់នៃជីវិតពួកយើងគួរតែគិតកំឈរអោបដៃមើលតបស្នងដោយយើងសងនឹងតម្លៃយើងគួរតែលោកដៃវិញដោយការអើពើកាត់បន្ថយទាំងអស់គ្នាកាត់បន្ថយទាំងអស់គ្នា Yes we can try វ៉ាវអរគុណអូនចាពិតជាមនុស្សសម័យថ្មី New Generation មែនចាក្លាហានមែនតើហត់ទេអូនហមទៀតបានទេអត់បានទៀតចាអរគុណច្រើនដល់លោកលោកស្រីនិងកញ្ញាភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសទាំងអស់សម្រាប់ការចូលរួមកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងជាបន្តទៀតនេះយើងនឹងមានកម្មវិធីមួយចុងក្រោយគឺជាការប្រកួតជូននៅវិញ្ញាបនបត្រជូនទៅដល់បងប្អូនដែលជាបេក្ខជនបេក្ខនារី Mentees ទាំងចា13រូបចាបងប្អូនសូមអនុញ្ញាតត្រៀមហើយនេះខ្ញុំក៏សូមអរគុណដល់លោកអ្នកដែលទស្សនានៅតាមគេហដ្ឋានចាដែលផ្ដល់នៅពាក្យ comment I pledge សូមការងារក្រុមបច្ចេកទេស
From the teams, please visit to the stage in order to obtain the award, of course, being awarded by Madam Farid for you first from the UNICEF in Cambodia. The certificate awarding to our participant. And I would like to announce the closing of our event as well. Of course, please dare to pursue your dream, make your dream come true. Thank you. Of course, join us to celebrate this in the future generation. Background. Pura bangsa.
Sombong Sreninja. Jadi sombong kedua. Srenin.
ចាប្អូនស្រីបន្ទាប់ហងម៉ាណែតបន្តទៀតប្អូនស្រីវ៉នពីសូមចូលរួមអបអរសាទរដល់វ៉នពីក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនហើយក៏សូមចូលរួម I pledge ប្រាជ្ញាចិត្តលើកទឹកចិត្តដល់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់បងស្រីបន្ទាប់ពលៈសូមចេញពលៈសូមចេញបងស្រីសុវណ្ណដាលីនបងបន្ទាប់បងសូនីតាចាសូមសម្លេងផ្ទះដៃជួយដល់សូនីតានឹងចូលរួមអបអរសាទរដល់បងចាបន្ទាប់បងស្រីស៊ីរ៉ាបន្ទាប់បងប្រុសសំភ័រចាសំចេញសំភ័របាញ់មិញក៏បានចូលរួមឆ្លើយឲ្យថានឹងបន្តនៅក្តីសម័យរបស់ខ្លួនធ្វើឲ្យកម្រងខ្លួនខ្លាយទៅជាកាពិតបន្តទៀតបងប្រុសបូរីសចាបន្ទាប់សាយស្រីម៉ាប់ចាសូមអញ្ជើញថ្ងៃនេះគឺបងអូនសីម៉ាប់គាត់អវត្តមាន she's not here so we have to continue to our next candidate ចាសូមអញ្ជើញអៀនស្រីលក្ខshe's not here last but not least ឡុងគីមហេងចា not here so they miss the best time of the day ចាសូមតាក់ដៃអបអរសាទរខ្លាំងៗជូនដល់មនុស្សសម័យថ្មីរបស់កម្ពុជាចាអរគុណណាស់លោកលោកស្រីអ្នកនាងកញ្ញាបើសិនជាអាចសូមអញ្ជើញចាប់ភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសចាយើងមានពេលវេលាសម្រាប់ការថតរូបជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ I would like to invite our guest of honors probably join us on stage for the moment of photo session បងប្អូនក៏ដូចគ្នាដែរសូមបងប្អូនអំបញ្ញមិញដែលទទួលបាននៅវិញ្ញាបនបត្រទទួលស្គាល់អំពីក្តីសម័យកិច្ចខិតខំប្រឹងប្រែងរយៈពេល3ខែកន្លងទៅនេះនៅក្នុងគម្រោងដែលបានបង្កើតឡើងដោយអង្គការ UNICEF ប្រចាំនៅកម្ពុជាសូមអញ្ជើញឡើងមកកាន់វេទិកាដើម្បីថតរូបជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ចាសូមអញ្ជើញបើសិនជាអាចប្រហែលជា ចាសូមអរគុណច្រើនជាកិត្តិយសអស់លោកស្រីនិងកញ្ញាបងប្អូនយុវវ័យទាំងអស់សម្រាប់ការចូលរួមកម្មវិធីសូមជូនពរសុខភាពល្អនិងជោគជ័យបន្តនៅក្តីសម័យសូមអរគុណនិងសូមប្រកាសបិទនៅកម្មវិធី ចាសូមអញ្ជើញភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសអស់លោកស្រីអ្នកនាងកញ្ញាបងប្អូនយុវវ័យទាំងអស់បន្តការពិសាអាហារសម្រន់ភេសជ្ជៈ ផ្សេងៗបន្ទាប់ទៀតចាយើងនៅមានច្រើនបំរើជូន